Okay, we have a brand new software download and it's installed, V14.1.4. It's our first venture into V14 software. It has some new features, which you can see in the release notes. And first of all, we're going to check our software. I want to make sure we got everything set right there. It's V14.1.4, 32.8.16. That's new. And come down here to navigation is 2025.20-15489, and that's exactly what we had before. So the navigation map hasn't updated. Okay, let's take a look at our autopilot. That's supposed to be new. We are in full self-drive supervised, no brake confirmed. Speed profile is standard. That's what I had before, but we don't have a speed offset anymore. Actually, Smart Summon, we're not going to test that today, and I have that shut off. Usually keep that off because I rarely need it, and we can turn it on if we have to, but otherwise it just uses up battery. Speed limit warning display. Okay, speed limit relative. Oh, there is an offset. I didn't realize we had that. I had heard that V14 doesn't have a speed offset. That's interesting. So we're going to test it at 0. And all this hasn't changed. Green light, okay. All right, I want to check something. And let's see if this changes here. Supposed to be able to do it with the scroll wheel. Maybe you have to be in full self-driving when you do that, because it's not changing it. But if I go to this, we got the various settings here. But standard, that's strange. We got speed limit relative, and it's set for 0 miles per hour offset. I'm going to test it at that, because that's the setting I used before. Interesting. Let's see if it works. Okay, now let's get ready, and I think I'm gonna test the parking lot settings first, and we're gonna go down here and do a full self-drive to, let's set the navigation first to Lowe's. That has a parking lot that now has a fence blocking it. So we'll see what happens. And where do I set parking? Don't see it anywhere here. Settings, maybe? Edit trip? Let's try settings and see what we got here. It just takes me back to that. If I tap on this, I don't get any setting. I don't know how to set the parking once the nav is set. Hope I don't have to do it on the fly. Well, I think what we'll do is just head out and see what happens when we get down that way. Got a little bit of a drive, about 12 minutes. So let's see what happens. I tap it and it goes in, and let's see how quick. Oh, it takes off real fast. Oh, this is fixed. Nice. Much better. No more hesitation in my driveway. That's good. And we are in self-driving standard. Very comfortable so far. I don't have the green dot yet indicating to pay attention to the road, so we'll see how that works on the way down here. I hope I don't get too many flashing warnings. It is a little more aggressive on starting out from stop, no hesitation, that's nice. And we'll be monitoring the speed here since we do have a speed offset. That all the other people are reporting that is going away. Maybe it was in V14.1.3, but 14.1.4 it came back. Nice. But we are doing 39. I saw it peak at 39 miles an hour in this 35 zone. So it is about a 10% faster, even with zero offset. Okay, we got a guy walking around his truck. Let's see how we handle this. Gives it plenty of room. That's nice. No more scraping my right rear view mirror here. Let's see what we got. And it's gonna take and stop. And now we can go. Now we got a couple of bumps in the road here. Let's see how it handles that. It's supposed to recognize some bumps in the road. Not little bumps, but like dips. And let's see what happens here. It's slowing down anyway because of traffic. We got a red light up ahead. Well, they did repave it. There's a bump, and it didn't try and miss that. Okay. Went right over it. Here's a manhole cover. Went right over it. It's interesting, they repaved the road, but they didn't fix some of these bumps and dips. There's another manhole cover. It's not trying to miss those. So we're okay. If there's not much traffic, I usually like to stay in the left or the right left turn lane. And the reason for that is I got to get over one as we round the bend here. I still don't have the green cabin monitor. This is a dangerous intersection here only because a lot of cars run the red light for some reason. Usually it's on Phillips, going north or south. A lot of red light runners. So you have to watch out both directions. especially when we have the green arrow. That guy just ran a red light. We saw one. He was going pretty fast. Now here's where we have to kind of scoot over. Sometimes you hit a red light here, and I had to hit the... That was a truck that... FSD saw that before I did and hit the brakes, but then I hit the brake anyway. So... That is crazy. That's why they call that the most dangerous intersection in Jacksonville. All right, we are doing 50 in a 45. 51 in a 45. 52 in a 45. But that's what the traffic is doing here. But they do have unmarked patrol cars running up and down this road. So if I get a ticket, it'll be the first one in my life. Thanks, Tesla. It's kind of holding at 7 miles an hour over the speed limit. Very steady at 7 miles an hour over the speed limit, and there's nobody blocking my path ahead, so looks pretty good. And we're in standard. I'd hate to see what Mad Max does. We're getting a little bit of rain showers today, so that'll be another test of driving in the rain. I don't know, it's not going to rain very hard though, just a drizzle. Looks like the visual rain detection is working for the wipers. That's pretty cool. Okay, we should get over just beyond this green light, traffic light up here. We need to get over. There we go. Not real aggressive. Can get over one more. There we go. And we're still... We need to slow down quite a bit. And we turn in here. Now I gotta watch this because in the past it tried to make a right turn here. Ah, it recognized the fence. Let's see where it's gonna try and park. Oh, you know what I'm just going to let it do its thing and see what happens. I don't normally let it do its thing. How about that? That's not bad. I'm pretty happy with that. Now, what we want to do is, I don't have waypoint set, so we're going to get out of this and we're going to head, let's take a lengthy drive here and see how it just handles general traffic, mainly to get out of this parking lot. And let's see what we got here on the favorites, and we're going to go up to my test drives, and let's go to Larry Drive. Let's see, that's a complex route to get up there. Oh, I see the way it wants to go. I don't really want to do that. So let's try to get on the interstate 95, head north, and do that, and then we'll do this one here, and let's do that route. Let's see if it sticks. Sometimes they like to change. Oh, it's going to back out. Now, I would normally just pull forward here, but it doesn't like crossing the lines in a parking lot. That was true before with actually Smart Summon, and it looks like it's still true for this type of operation. Now it's going to navigate to get out. And let's see if it recognizes a private stop sign. It's not a public stop sign. Yeah, it recognized the private stop sign. And here we go. Not getting any warning that the cameras are blocked with this rain, so everything's cool there. It's being very sensitive to the other cars, and now we're taking off. Man, I like this. This is nice. I'm getting more and more relaxed with it now that I see how comfortable it is. Especially 7 miles an hour over the speed limit. Oh, it changed my route again. It's good I checked that. It's planning ahead, getting into the correct lane. This will give us a short run on I-95 northbound. I don't think the traffic will be too heavy at this time of day. It is 10:16. All right, day now you can get over in the right lane and make the turn. This is comfortable. I rarely go this way. So we'll see what FSD wants to do up here. We are in a straight through lane, I think. Yeah, this is good. It's doing the right thing. I don't want to go south. We're going to go north. So, coming up. 50. Let's see how it handles this. It's slowing for the road, which is good. Getting a little bit of G-force to the left as we go around at 33 miles an hour. This is pretty fast. I wouldn't normally do this at about 30, 25 to 30. Just for comfort. The car can handle it. Okay. We are in a 65 mile an hour speed limit, but the speed limit sign didn't change. It's still at 45. So that's an error. But the car is controlling it. Interesting. I don't know why that didn't change. It's still showing 45 miles an hour. And this is a 65. So Larry and Mike, oh, there it jumped as soon as it saw the sign. That's one for you, Larry and Mike. You'll love it. Better stop. Now we can go. Here we go. It doesn't waste time. Okay, we got to get over, and we're doing it. There's the cop checking speed off to our right. I don't know whether the cameras picked that up, but yep, they roll around here. We got to watch out for the cops, especially with this speed profile. It's already doing 44, 45. Okay. Here we go. We got a red light through the trees, and it saw it. Let's see if it makes the correct road here. Get ready. It's gonna do it. Okay. I remember back on V12, it went up the wrong way. That was a real scary trip. Okay, we're coming up. We got a truck in the center there with his flashing yellows on. .40 and a .35. There's one of those couple of cop cars pulling around, so he's probably going to sit here and do speed. Run some speed tests on people. Make some money for the city. Okay, it rolled that yellow light just fine. Now we got some windy roads back here in the residential area. It's a good test. And a bunch of speed bumps. Let's see how he handles them. They're pretty well marked. Never used to be, but got a U.S. mail truck parked in the road here. Let's see if it goes around it. Okay. Kind of close, but good enough. Now this is going to be curbside parking. There's no parking lot. Came pretty close to that debris in the road, but good enough. Okay, a dip in the road, it did not slow. There's a couple of those in this neighborhood. Oh, it hit the brakes for the squirrel running across the road. That was pretty clever. Now let's see if it blocks a driveway here. This is parking along the side. And nice. I've had it in the past where it wanted to block a driveway. Okay, let's just go home here at this point. Cut this drive short. Oh. No waypoint set. Well, that was pretty good. For all those of you who say it has this brake stabbing and phantom braking, all you have to do is look around. Maybe there was a little tiny mouse running across the road. Don't want Tesla killing any little squirrels or mice. Oh, okay, we've got a car parked here, going around it. Not bad. Okay, we got another dip here as we turn on Kennerly. It's actually worse going the other direction. Here comes just another cop. I'm doing a little fast here. Nope. Looked like one of those unmarked police cars. Doing 35 and a 30. That's a little more than a 10% offset. It's hitting all these bumps and dips in the road, so apparently that feature is not polished or not even activated yet, even though it was in the release notes. I gotta figure out how to set parking in here. It didn't show up anywhere when I was, but it did park in the parking lot okay. Did it all on its own. Looks like we're going to get a heavy downpour of rain coming up. So I'm getting back home just in time for that. Okay, let's see what happens here. Is it going to... No. Guy right on my tail here. So I'm going to take over at this point. It missed my driveway because I don't know how to set the parking yet. So I'm going to have to learn that. Next drive, we'll test that. Okay, let's do a quick review. On the way down to Lowe's parking lot, it successfully went around and then parked in a parking space a little bit roundabout way than I would have gone, but at least it got there. And it parked and did a perfect job of parking. It didn't park in a handicapped space. And it avoided the big black fence going in, which was nice. That it failed on V14.2.9 just recently. Leaving the parking lot, got out just fine. Recognized the private stop sign that Lowe's put up, and went on to I-95. Everything was fine getting around the bend onto 95 going north. There was a problem in that it didn't recognize the speed limit as soon as it got on 95. Instead, it waited until it saw a 65-mile-an-hour speed limit sign before it moved from 45 to 65. So I call that a failure. Then we got off of 95 and went in, and it saw all the speed bumps. It recognized a squirrel running across the road and hit the brakes for that. And then made it the rest of the way home with really no problem. Consistent failures that it was supposed to recognize were dips in the road and little tiny bumps in the road. It didn't try to avoid any of those. It hit every single one of them. One critical intervention where I had to abort. I didn't have to. Actually, Full Self-Drive saw it before I did, and that was a truck that crossed over 2 lanes in front of me, and Full Self-Drive slammed on the brakes. Even though I had a green light, I could go. It slammed on the brakes, and then I hit the brakes right after that. So I didn't really have to abort there, but it was kind of a frightening situation where a truck just decided to move over across the lane to my left in order to make a wide left turn around another car that was just sitting there. So odd situation, but it's at really dangerous intersection where people run red lights and a lot of accidents there. But we made it through safely. Full Self-Drive recognized it before I did, so Full Self-Drive had my back on that one. And that about wraps it up. Oh, coming home, it still failed to turn into my driveway, so I let it do its thing, and I thought it was going to try and park right alongside the curbside. So I just cut that part out. All I did was drive around the block manually and come back and manually pull into my driveway. So we'll have to continue testing on driveway parking, and we'll have to see. I have to learn how to access the parking options, because I didn't know how to do that, both at the Lowe's parking lot to pick a parking space or to pull into my driveway. And I thought it was supposed to be able to do that, but it didn't. Anyway, that's it until the next video. And the next video, I think we're going to stick with standard, but the speed adjusts by a little over 10%, sometimes up to 13%. And let's just check one more thing. And autopilot. See, we got an offset here. Speed limit, relative. They said that went away. It's back. And you can set it on individual miles per hour. Plus 12, 14. You can go all the way up to 30. That's a little different than before. Used to be percentage, but now it's by actual miles per hour. So I had it set for 0 and it disobeyed it. Till next time, thanks for watching.